What is up, YouTube? I'm Devon DaVinci, leader of the Renaissance crew, and you're watching DaVinci Reacts. Today I'm going to be getting into a video that is kind of a makeup video. Recently I released Ricky Gervais, or The Ricky Gervais Show, Season 1, Episode 5, and I didn't release the 4th episode because I thought I already reacted to it, but after looking at my channel, I realized that I stepped over it, so I'm going to go ahead and go back and react to this. So this will be your video for the week, or I guess next week. So next week there probably won't be a Ricky Gervais Show video. So this week you're getting two. I will have an Idiot Abroad episode on my next recording session, so be sure to be on the lookout for that. And let's go ahead and see what this has to offer. This video is called Dolphins. Smart creatures that they're probably going to talk about their intelligence. At least that's what I'm thinking.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Carl Pilkington have been meeting regularly for a series of
meeting on the reg.
Conversations. This is one of them.
Testing. Is that all right?
Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Hello.
And the little round-headed buffoon that is Carl Pilkington.
All right. All right.
I got a text from Carl yesterday, Steve.
A text from Carl, yeah.
Yeah. I'll just read it to you. Okay, see you to Moz for a face rub at 6:30 then. No bum tubes, though. So I was intrigued, and I called Carl and said, I think you've just sent me a text by mistake. What's the explanation of that?
My mate, right, Russell, he said, you know, there's things that go on in life that you need to experience.
Yeah?
He said, just pop along, and I didn't say yes straight away.
What's a face rub? You mean a facial? Where you lay down...
You just clean your face with a flannel and that,
so
but
you're going to go lie down with another man and have your face
well,
filled
no,
with it?
this is what I was saying to him.
Here you go again, Ricky, trying to throw innuendo into Carl's story. Carl knows what the hell he's saying. Stop trying to put words in his mouth and let the man talk.
The man and have your face
well,
filled
no,
with
this is what I was saying to him. There's a couple of questions. I didn't just say yes straight away. I questioned it. I said, well, I'm not that happy with this. So I said, look, there's nothing weird going on here, is there? I said, it's not a house, is it? It's a proper clinic and that. He said, yeah, it's proper. You wear a dressing gown and that. I said, well, I'm not that
So he's
happy with
already
that.
got you in the dressing gown?
Yeah, well, I haven't agreed to that. Today I've worn a little
More innuendo.
round polar neck sort of jumper, so I don't have to take it off. It's not going to get in the way of my face.
Did you just say
I made sure
suck
I
it
didn't wear
off?
a shirt with a collar. I'm not taking this off. They can put the dressing gown on top of this.
Right.
I don't know if it's a woman who rubs my head. Don't know if it's a bloke or whatever.
Well, the thing is, you get extra, don't you, for your face rub, because your face goes all the way back over the top of your head down to the back of your
But-
neck.
but all I was-
So you've got a big face, haven't you?
All I was saying to him is, I'll have the face rub, but I don't know if once you're in there,
Right.
they try and sell you the old the bum tube thing.
What's a bum tube? Is that a euphemism? What are
I'm
you talking about?
The
confused.
thing where they pop a tube in and put coffee in your belly and it cleans you out and that. That's
An
what I-
enema? Why would you have that?
I don't want it. I don't think.
Why
it-
Carl, I don't. Is that something is that like a UK thing? Because usually you have to go to like a specialist, doctor to have something like that done, and usually it's not done for a cosmetic reason. It's very clinical. Like that's something you only do in the event that you have some issues with your colon or your bowels or your intestines or something. Maybe this is an explanation for universal health care. Maybe this is why we need it. If you can go to a damn masseuse and get an actual medical procedure done at the same time, all for the price of a massage. Hey, I guess it can get my vote.
Why would you have that?
I don't want it. I don't think
Why
you need
not?
to. Just because I think I've said to you before about, you know, you don't need to be that clean inside. You know what I mean? I don't mind washing my face. But at what occasion do you need where you're that cleaned out? Do you know what I mean? And it's always a clear tube and that, and you see all the stuff whizzing past. I don't understand why it's clear. I don't know why you've got to see what's coming out of you. Like it's, you know, like the generation game, making notes of what's whizzing past. Forget it.
I was watching some different TV, saw an amazing documentary. It was called Tribes. This guy, and he goes and lives with different tribes around the world, these small little indigenous people. And there was one, he went to Papua New Guinea in Indonesia, right, Carl? He lived with the Kombai tribe. All right. Now, this Papua New Guinea is an extraordinary place because it is one of the only places left on Earth that hasn't been fully explored. There are parts of it that it's just blank on the map because they've never explored there. They don't know what's there. They don't know what's going on. So, firstly, that must already freak you out. Imagine that.
Is that true?
21st century, they have no idea what's going on down there.
But do they need to know if there's nothing going on?
We don't know what's going on.
Well, they don't know what's going on. There could be stuff going on.
No, but there's no chance that they'll go, we haven't been over there, and someone goes and there's like an Arndale stand. It's going to be there, is it? So there's no...
Well, I'll tell you what is there. Okay, there's these various small tribes. Some of these tribes are still cannibals, eating people from other tribes.
Do they know they could move on? Have they got a telly? Or have they,
I don't
have they
think
seen
so.
the telly and gone, I'm not up for that?
I don't think so.
Or are they saying...
It's not the Amish.
They haven't chosen
But what is
this.
the difference between the Amish and these people?
Well, the Amish are a group of people that choose to live in that way. These people are just essentially untouched by civilization. I mean, they do have interaction with civilization, and people do come there, but they still live in this very, very almost prehistoric way.
They did buy a telly, but there was nothing on because there isn't any broadcasters.
They couldn't plug it in.
Yeah.
They're having an absolute nightmare.
Yeah.
But there was one guy, okay, now he...
They're trying to get
said
the
that his brother
playoffs.
was dying. This was a couple of years ago, right? His brother was dying. He said to his dying brother, what happened? Why are you dying? This guy said, it was a bloke in another village. Okay, he goes over to the other village, he kills this other bloke, right? He eats him, or eats bits of him. The other village gets a bit annoyed. They go, what's going on? Why did you kill this bloke? He went, sorry about that, right? They said, well, you need to make it up to us. He gave him a pig. They said, a pig's not enough. They gave him 5 pigs, so 5 pigs apparently made up for the fact that they'd killed one of them. They said, well, hang on, what are you going to do with this bloke's wife?
Why were they bartering? Why didn't they just get the police in and say, what's going on?
What police?
Yeah. Why did they call in Kojak? Because he'd have sorted it out, wouldn't he?
What I mean is, right, they're miles away from anything, but it doesn't sound like the great place to live, right? Could they not move? Could one of them go, do you know what, I'm sick of this. I'm moving or whatever and go to a proper city. How far away is this these Papa people?
I don't think they realize that there are cities.
To the next.
They're like the Smurfs. They're very like the Smurfs.
But how many miles away from a place with a normal life going on?
But think about this, Carl. Firstly, they don't speak the language, so they don't have any practical skills. They've got no experience of civilization. So even if they chose to go and live in one of these cities, what can they do? How can they function?
I think there's some bacteria that has better lives than that.
That's got to be offensive.
Why?
Okay, how about this is one of the weirdest things. This is one of the weirdest things, right?
Sorry. An entire people. An entire race
Just
of
dismiss.
people.
No,
Just dismiss.
I'm not having a go, but I'm just saying I wouldn't fancy it, is what I mean.
But they
You what I mean?
don't
We're living
know
in
of
ice.
another world. How can they imagine that they could... Oh, I'll tell you what, this is boring. I'm tired of hunting for food and eating fish from the river. I'll tell you what, I'd like a world where there's iPods and room service. I'm going to go and move to New York. They're not thinking like that, are they, Carl? Because they don't know about this other world.
People go to these places on holiday now. They like a little bit of danger. They like to see how the others live. So all I'm saying is we know they exist.
Yeah.
The Papa people, maybe people aren't going there. You know, it doesn't sound like the best place. You know, I can't imagine it having a tourist board or anything, right?
I don't think
But
they
would
have a
accept if I
touring
popped over there
like
and, you know,
advisor or
Suzanne
anything,
in
touring
Papa.
district.
Well, okay, this is one of the things that they do, okay, which is a tradition you may have to do. These Kombai, right, they invert their penises. So they push their penises back up inside their bodies.
Like a sock.
What for?
Well,
Keeps it out of the way.
Of what?
Well, if you're running through the undergrowth chasing a hog, you don't want it flapping away, you know. But it's also become a kind of ceremonial thing. So if you were over there, you may well have to try it yourself.
You would have to try it yourself. If you went there, you'd have to try it yourself.
I see
Well,
a
even
feature
cavemen
Idiot
had
Abroad
lip
video
balms on.
coming.
Why haven't they?
Whoa!
Slow down.
Rewind.
What do you mean?
Again, you've
Rewind.
been watching the Flintstones.
No, it's just, you know,
Is it a leopard skin pair of pants that's actually quite a... Go on.
But it's a well-known fact that they wore like bare pants or whatever.
Bare pants? What do you mean, bare pants? No, listen, you are a qualified
You mean like
anthropologist.
cloths or something?
I mean that, you know, whenever you see them on footage or in a museum.
Footage?
Yeah. Whenever you see that
Well,
early
it's a bit
documentary
shaky, isn't it?
footage.
You know, it's black and white as well, isn't it? Caveman footage.
You always see him wearing a little bit of fur little pants and that. So what I'm saying is, even though what year is it to these people in the woods?
I don't know what this conversation is
know.
anymore. He's just clutching at straws. His mind, it's like a fly. His mind, isn't it? It's just buzzing round. It's trying to find a window. It is just
It's
like
hitting against pieces of information, but then just bouncing off.
Yeah.
Dazed to perplexed.
Forget it then.
I was shopping with Carl before Christmas, and we went round sort of Piccadilly and St James's, and those really beautiful shops around there. And I went in one shop. You had to ring a bell to enter.
Yeah.
They came down, and it's like a iconoclastic sort of shop, and they found things from churches and nearly all Russian 16th century pieces onwards. This beautiful carvings and paintings and statues. And I went, oh, it's beautiful. And as I was looking round, I heard Carl sidle up to the bloke and go, "What's the newest thing you've got here?"
Yeah. Sure, that's his first thought.
I mean, that is the wrong question to ask of a man who's clearly in antiques.
Yeah.
Proud of the fact he's got 16th century iconoclastic Russian stuff, to ask, "What's the newest thing you've got here?" I mean, what sort of question is that? Oh, I don't know, probably the doorbell. I don't know, what does he want with my shirt? What were you thinking?
I think it's an all right question, because he was saying there's loads of old stuff in there, and he kept going on about the old stuff. What was to say? Well, what's the newest thing you've got?
And what was
Do you know what he said
to
to it? The other question he asked him? He said, "How often do you get new stuff in?" And I said to him, "Why did you ask that?" He said, "Well, I was thinking, if you got antiques and you sell it all, what's left? Like someone's going to sell all the antiques in the world because they're not making." He said, "Because they're not making any new stuff." What does that mean? They're not making any new stuff.
But I know for a fact no one's ever going to go in there and buy the lot anyway. I mean, I've never seen anything like it. I'm not at any point in my life, and I don't think it'll ever happen, will I go, "I need some old Russian wood."
Because that's brilliant.
No,
Steve,
no.
it was beautiful. It's amazing stuff. There's stuff. There's these things from the 16th century of sort of like saints and monks, and they're carved
But
and
there's
they're.
loads of it. It's just all piled up. No one's interested. If I was him, I'd go, "Do you know what? I'm into this."
This
but
is
no one else
offensive
is."
to everybody that runs an antique
Seriously,
store.
It's just piled up, piles upon piles of like old bits of wood with pictures on it and that.
But
There was
think
one
of a man.
fella.
Just think of a man 400 years ago that carved this. You know.
No, but nobody wants it, do they? I've never heard anyone say, you know, "Oh, look, it's my birthday coming up. I'll tell you what I'd love.
What?
Bit of old Russian wood." It doesn't happen. That's what I'm saying. I've never heard anyone saying it. Like, I've never overheard someone saying, "You don't know where the Russian shop is, do you?" And this is in London, where the rates are high. There was this thing, right, Steve? Them old drawings on, like...
It was like a panel from a church that someone had painted,
right, yeah.
and I think it was like, you know, from sort of like 1590 or something.
Yeah.
And it was this a picture of this this saint, wasn't it?
So 1590. It could be from any time, really. So there's this one there, right, leaning up against the wall, and most of them in there was that Stalin bloke, right? But there was this little...
Right, can I just stop you there? Lenin.
Right,
Okay.
all right then.
Yeah.
So he was on all these bits of wood and stuff, but I saw this other little face, right, little fella with a beard, right? So I said, "Who's this bloke here?" He said, "Oh, the story there, right?" He said, "It's this little fella, and he got mugged back in Russia." This is right, isn't it? This is what he's saying. He said he got mugged.
It's just that term. I love that term in a 16th century Russian wood. Oh no, I'm being mugged.
So
You got happy slapped.
And he said, "I've had enough of this."
Yeah.
And he went to live in the woods, right? Made like a little shed, stayed there. People went to visit him, and like, if you got a problem, you knock on his door and you go, "Oh, I'm sick of it." And he'll sort of say, "Yeah, I know what you mean. I've moved out of the city and what have you." And he'd make them feel better, and then they go again. Now, why has that man got a plaque? If he was around now, there's no way he'd have a bit of wood with his face on it, is what I'm saying. If someone had got fed up
What
with
makes
living
him so
in London
special?
or New York or whatever, and they go, "I'm going to go and live in the woods," people wouldn't visit him, and he wouldn't get a piece of wood with his face on, is what I'm saying. But this man is selling it for about, I think it was about 750 quid for this bloke's head.
But the chances
Somebody
are
needs to
that this is
take some wood.
either a well-known Russian folktale, or it may even be a piece of classic Russian
He's a
literature.
saint. He was a saint.
Oh,
He was
okay, well, in which
canonised.
case, yeah.
Someone needs to take a piece of wood and put Carl's face on it. That's what I'm hearing. Let's see how he reacts to that.
A well-known Russian folktale, or it may even be a piece of classic Russian
He's a
literature.
saint. He was a saint.
Oh, okay,
He was
well, in which
canonised.
case,
But
yeah.
everybody was a saint years ago. That seems to be like thrown about, doesn't it? Who's a saint now? Name him one now. Yet this fella lived in the woods in a hut. Oh yeah, that's Saint John or whatever. He's not a saint. He's done nothing. If anything, he's sort of said, I can't be bothered with living in a city with everyone else. Everyone else has got to put up with it, but I can't put up with it. I'm going to live in the woods. Well, if you can't put up with it, you're not good enough, are you? You've got no stamina.
You got no stamina.
And yet he gets a plaque, is what I'm saying. It's annoying.
Who would
What is
you like to see get a plaque in the modern world? Who deserves a plaque in your opinion?
Here we go.
Probably like nurses and that who do a lot of bad things that I think I couldn't do that, carrying lungs about and all that. No, but I couldn't do. Do you know what I mean? That's one job that. My mum wanted me to be a doctor.
Wow! What was she thinking?
News to them.
Oh, what's her expectations like
Apple
now?
didn't fall far from the tree.
Oh, when did she start giving up that dream? At what age did she start going, Carl, you don't need to study your books anymore. Go and play with the worms in the garden. When did she sort of like let you off that
Is
dream?
it the day that she caught you with a spoon up your nose?
But anyway, talking of emails and that, right? Nick, who's emailed from Australia, right, Melbourne, he's been going on about dolphins and that, problems with dolphins.
What problems?
He's just saying when that wind happened, there was like a bad wind thing going on.
Hold on, wait a minute. What bad wind?
In America, they had that.
Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was like a little bay with dolphins in it, and
Right.
that, with all guns on them and stuff.
What? Whoa.
What?
Because they use dolphins, don't they? They say they're an intelligent animal and stuff.
Yeah.
And they've got them all like, you know, they've all had the training. They're all like ready for battle and stuff.
Right.
Got like rifles on them.
What do you mean rifles?
They've
How
got-
can
they've
they
got
hold the
weapons.
rifle? How can they hold the
The
rifle?
dolphins
sort
with
of on a
freaking
strap
laser
and that.
beams
What do you mean
attached
it's
to
on a
their
strap?
I
heads.
don't know what they kit them out with, but they're just ready for war.
What are you talking about?
Listen though, that isn't the point. Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's not the point. So let's
Just
see
get
this.
past it.
swimming
It's
about.
not important.
With
Little bag.
rifles and berets.
Whatever they've got on.
Yeah.
Ready for battle and stuff.
Yeah, ready for yeah.
The wind comes in,
The wind comes in.
Hurricane Katrina.
makes a wave, and that they get out of the little bay,
Yeah.
still all kitted out with all the, you know, weapons.
You're
and
talking
that.
bollocks.
Steve, do you want to look at the
Well,
email, mate?
there's no way. There's loads of dolphins now swimming round, kitted out
Causing
with
problems.
guns and that, with a strap. How can a dolphin hold a... Whoa. Again, you've been watching Planet of the Apes. Oh, he's trying to talk to us. What's he saying? He's saying, go ahead, punk, make my day. You're talking shit.
It's just news to say if there's dolphins, you know, if you see a dolphin and that, don't go, oh, it's friendly, because there's some with weapons. I'm just reading it out on email. That's
They're concealing it.
So
They hide it in a blowhole.
Carl, can we have some monkey news before I die?
all right.
Oh, chimpanzee that! Monkey news, yeah.
This monkey that was knocking about called Ollie. It was in this zoo, and it was the only monkey in there, right? And it was getting a bit lonely because like it was sharing its sort of time with, say, an elephant and a giraffe and
No,
that.
it doesn't happen.
And they didn't really
No,
get on that well.
Wait, they do
No,
not
but let me
put,
just tell you.
They do
let
not
me
put
tell you.
chimpanzees
Yeah, but let
in
me
with...
tell you. No,
well, it's
but
not true.
I know
Why
they
would he
look-
share his
no,
time
I
with an
know they're
elephant
not
and a
listening.
giraffe?
Gervais,
I know
it was some kind of flat share. They put an advert in the student union.
Yeah,
saying we
but
need,
I'm
you know,
not-
we've
I
got 2 rooms to let.
African mammal wanted.
Well,
Not
anyway.
specific.
But
A mammoth and a...
What I'm saying is there was other elephants for elephants to knock about with than that. The monkey, it was the only one there. So what happened is the zookeeper
Right.
felt a bit sorry for him. He started to sort of get pally with him. So at lunchtime, when the zookeeper was sat on the wall having his like ham butties or whatever, he'd sort of go, "You all right?" And it used to come over closer and closer. Right? Anyway, within a month, he was sat on the wall having his lunch with him. Right.
That
But
aren't true.
anyway,
Go
so
on.
he sat there, and as time goes on, you know, he's sort of sat with him most of the day. Monkeys walking around with him, helping feed the other animals and that.
No.
But then what happened is the zookeeper, at the end of the night, when he's like locking up and stuff,
Yeah.
he'd feel bad because he'd be leaving the zoo And like Ollie's sat there, and he's like, "I'll see you tomorrow." And the monkey's like, "Yeah." Looking all fed up because he's got home to go to, and he's still stuck in where he's basically working every day. Right, so he's never going home, right?
Now he's sleeping at work, the monkey.
So anyway, the zookeeper goes home, says to his wife, "Look, Ollie's having a bit of a time at the moment." She said, "Oh yeah, what's going on?" He said, "Well, he's just looking a bit fed up. You know, he's sick of it." So she said, "Bring him home."
It didn't happen.
So
this is in your head.
So
this is possible.
So anyway, he's looking forward to going into work, and that he sees Ollie. He doesn't tell him straight away.
Of all the monkey news he's told, this.
Surprise for him later.
He gets to the end of the day.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's like, "Get your coat." He's like, "What?"
Yeah, this is probably the most realistic one.
Whatever the equivalent is, right? Whatever you say to a monkey, it was
Feces.
kind of like, you know, "You coming with me," sort of thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So he's going, "Oh, brilliant." Anyway,
No, he's not. He's going brilliant.
he takes
Look,
it home.
so he gets his hat
right?
and coat. And he
Can't
go
believe
on,
his luck,
and
right? He goes back to the zookeeper's house. Everything's going well for about a week and a half.
Then the
right?
zookeeper
Treating
finds
him
out
really
the
well.
monkey
He's sat
cheated
there,
on
you know, he's having a brandy
his
at night
wife.
before he goes to bed.
They were having an
So he
affair.
said to his wife, "Look, you're at home all day, right?
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to work. I'll leave it with you, right?"
The monkey had an
So
affair.
Ollie stays at home.
Yeah.
Anyway, as time goes on,
Yep.
a little bit of trouble. Whilst the fella's busy at work, Ollie starts getting a little bit cheeky. Trying to get on with the missus.
I was right. I was right.
How does a monkey try it on with the
Are you
missus?
talking
This
shit?
is classic monkey news. And
How does it try it on with
So
the
he's a
missus?
bit drunk. He stinks of smoke. He tries it on with the missus. How does he try it on with her?
I don't know all the detail on
You don't
on
know
that
any of
bit.
the
I don't know the
details.
detail on that bit. But
You don't
all I
know any of the
No, I don't know
details.
the details
The
on that
zookeeper
bit.
came
I don't know any
home
of the
and the
details.
monkey
What
was in
happened?
bed
So
with the
while
wife.
the zookeeper's away, the monkey did play. Did the zookeeper's wife reciprocate these affections?
She probably went along with that at first. You know, she's cooking at home, getting the tea ready. That's walking past, pinching her ass or whatever. And it's, do you know what I mean? It starts off just like it does, you know, with humans. Starts off as a bit of fun before you know it. You know, split up in the end anyway. The zookeeper and the what's it? I think the monkey stayed with the woman.
I told you.
Honestly,
I'm a psychic.
Your imagination.
Well,
you
look
should
it up.
write stories. You should write. You
Get
know.
people to look it up. It's just put in monkey, chimp, Ollie, and it's all there.
I'm a psychic. I predicted where the story was going to go, and I nailed that mother right there. I got it right on the damn mark. So, yeah. So be careful of monkeys because they out here raping and messing with all types of I was trying to. I forgot what Damn, I forgot the person that was in the meme's name. Y'all know what I was going for. They raping and I'm gonna say I keep on being on the verge of saying raping and pillaging all like bitches everywhere out here. Like I forgot what the other word was.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up, trying to rape them. So y'all need to hide your kids, hide your wife, and hide your husband because they raping everybody out here.
Carl in this one, I mean, like I said, that story was the most believable out of all of them until he got to the part where the monkey was having affairs with the wife, I guess. That's when it kind of started going off the rails for me. I can understand a monkey being in an enclosure with other animals. That seems like it's somewhat realistic to me. As long as the animals aren't like tigers or nothing, I can picture it. A zookeeper becoming friends with a monkey, I can absolutely see that. A zookeeper bringing a monkey home with them that they think is sad in the zoo, I can kind of see that also. Out of the entire history of zoos and zookeepers, I can picture at some point one zookeeper had sympathy for animals and wanted to bring an animal home with them. That seems realistic. The part that I draw the line on and I put my goddamn foot down on is the part where the monkey starts having an affair with the wife. That seems like it would be kind of iffy. Now, we've already heard stories about monkeys having obsessions with nipples. Coco and all them other goddamn animals. Amy, if that's the animal from Congo or something, I don't know. If it isn't, then I got my name right. If it is, then pop culture is influencing my story, in which case it's causing issues. But we know about animals having obsession or monkeys having obsessions with nipples and stuff, so it's possible the monkey might have even harassed her in some way. That's possible, but you're not going to make me believe that you got monkeys in beds just having affairs and stuff. like this monkey is a damn playboy or something. That's not gonna fly. Next thing you're gonna tell me the zookeeper came home and the monkey was wearing like a smoking jacket and it was just like walking around as if the house was his. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. This video was done by Tianshu, the normal channel that I get my Ricky Gervais videos from. Be sure to check out their channel. They have a ton of other Ricky Gervais videos. If you haven't seen them already, be sure to give them a look. It seems like most of the people that watch these tend to be people that already have seen these, so you probably already have, you know, or been aware of it. But if you haven't been aware of it, be sure to check out the original first, and, you know, be sure to check out the reaction after. But anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm going to go ahead and move on. I think I'm pretty much done for the day, but I'm going to try to have some videos taken care of that I can possibly release tomorrow also. I'm Devon DaVinci. You've just been enlightened. I look forward to seeing you guys on my next batch of videos. But until then, I'm going to give you the deuces. Peace.